Hey guys, welcome back to my channel KnowledgeKeen, and this is your friend Wasim, and today another video, another interesting concept. So let's do something new. So let's not jump into a new concept. Let's revise everything that we learned till today, and based on my experience, whatever we learned till date, okay, you can create an application. So let's try and go ahead and create an application. Why do we wait? If I feel that this video is getting too long, I'll probably divide it into two. And today we are going to create a simple application. Okay, that would be like a kind of a to-do list. Not to-do list in exactly. Let's create a list where we can probably add some heroes, and we just create a list. Let's just create a pretty straightforward, simple application. So I'll just create React app. And let's say heroes. Heroes. Okay, so we almost are ready with the project, and let's create open the folder and npm immediately. Okay, let's open it into our code, VS Code. So to open that, we just have to add code and dot, and it will just open our simple VS Code. And you always know that what we do, we just delete our app.js and we write it in a good format. So that's a good habit, so that it should not be like some part is old code and some part is new. We'll just simply add h1 app component, whatever, and export. We have done this 100 times almost now. So app, save. Let me just zoom it out a bit, and let's start it. npm start. Okay, so there goes our first component, app component. Let me just zoom it out a bit, and here we go. So let's start creating a component. If you want, I will quickly show you. This is React 18. Okay, as I said that we will be continuously upgrading, so we are on React 18. If I have missed to update you this thing before, and let me quickly create a few components. So I'll just create like a simple folder like pages or something, not file. Actually, I'll create a folder. This would be my left hand side. So I'm just bifurcating this into two, a left hand side component and a right side component. Left hand side, I'm going to create an add hero component, and the right hand side, it would be the list of heroes. So here it would be like add heroes. I'll create another folder under pages. That would be my heroes list. Okay, in both the folders, I'll simply create index.js. Why we call it as index.js, I'll let you know in a short while, so stay tuned. So now I have both the components. So here what I'll simply do, I'll just go create const, create components, heroes. Okay, return simply h1. We are going to remove this. So we do this. Why? Because we need to test it. So before directly going and writing the piece of code, you should always check whether it is loading properly. That's a good habit, right? We adhere to good habits. What am I writing? Return, come on. Heroes list. Again, heroes list. Export default and heroes list. Yes. Now I have two components, add heroes and heroes list. Let's load them into our app.js. So I'll remove this. I'll simply add, what is this? Come on, try to remember. It's React fragments. Let's not forget it. Why we are adding React fragments? Because now I am going to load two components simultaneously. Add heroes and heroes list. Yes. So if I remove this, it will start throwing an error because you're loading two components in one go. So they should come under one single parent. See, we have two components now, add heroes and heroes list. But do we need like this? No, we want to make it two sections, one section and two section. So let's quickly do that. To make it interesting, I'll bifurcate it under two divs. Come on. So I'll just quickly like keep on designing this too, so that you can understand better what I'm doing. If you feel that I'm going too fast, just make this portion of the video a bit slow, and then you can like go into the proper playback speed. So now I'm going to do a simple designing. Okay, how are we going to design this? Using a very old and worst technique, which we are not going to do. Just remember that we are not going to do this in our future videos. Just to make you understand, we are gradually increasing our pace, and hence we are using inline CSS for now. But in real life applications, we should always avoid writing inline CSS. I think I have explained this before, but still I would say we should always avoid this. So I'm just going to add float left, another concept which I think we should again avoid. Float left, then I would say width just like 49%, because I'm going to add a border, 1 pixel solid, actually border right, 1 pixel solid hash CCC. So a silver lining bordered. So add heroes. Now I have just assigned my CSS to add heroes, and probably like I'll add some padding of 20 pixel. Okay, this looks good. The same thing I'm going to do with my heroes list. Float left, that's okay. I can give this 50% because I'm not going to have a border and padding. Oops, what did I miss? Add heroes list. Is it that? Let me make it a bit smaller. Come on. What did I miss? Let me just make this. Yes, that's absolutely right. Actually, I have zoomed it out too much. I'll just make this less, make this less. Yes, fine. This works. Refresh. This works. Let me make it center. So text align would be like center. The best way to learn any technology is like you can create it simultaneously. So pause wherever you think that we have to pause, and just side by side start creating this. You'll learn in that way. So here in the add hero, I'm going to create one simple text box. Okay, fragment, it's a bit habit. I'm going to create. So here whatever I am using, I'm not using any kind of a CSS framework. I am doing simple HTML, simple CSS and React. Okay, so your plain JavaScript, old school JavaScript, React or ES6. So that's because we are going to use some kind of designing framework, but in our future videos. Okay, we have parked it for now because let's not make more confusions anywhere. It's always good that we go slow. So input type equal to text. This is going to be a controlled component. You know what is a controlled component. If not, previous videos, I'll share a link somewhere. Button is HTML5. Here I'm going to write add hero. Okay, yes, this looks good. Again, I could have like added margins, but for now I think we are not going to do it more complicated. So placeholder, enter hero name. Nice. So now I have a text box, I have a add hero button which is clickable. Okay, how do we make a control component? By two attributes. Let's not forget it any times. One is value and another is on change. Okay, these two properties are very important. And to give a name, I'll just close the sidebar. To give a name to any text box, we use always, not callback, use state. Okay, const something comma something equal to use state and the default value. Let's do this. I'll just text box hero name, simple, hero name, and the default value would be nothing, empty. So my value would be hero name, and on change, handle this handle change. Let's say that we are going to add a method which is going to handle how we are going to set the values. We have seen this before. So if we are not passing anything, that means we are just passing a simple event. So console.log for you all to see, event.target dot not name, its value, and we'll set the hero name to the same thing, event dot, it's not target, let me correct it, it's target dot value. So it's a good thing. Oops, useState is giving him an error because I have not imported it. So now we have imported it. That's absolutely right. We have, let's go into the console, let's make it not too big. Yep. And let's me see, whenever I type anything, A. So all these A's are getting inputted into the text box as well as it is printing into the console. So we know now we have the value attribute as well as we have on change. Both are absolutely working fine and they are correct. Let me remove this console, it keeps disturbing. So we have this whole component working. So there is one method, there is one button, and everything is working. To make it a bit better, we can add a disabled property. So disable it if there is no hero name. Quickly refresh. If you see, it is disabled, and whenever you write something, it will automatically get enabled. So one thing is done. Let's till now we are not creating or writing any piece of logic. We are just designing it. That should be your first approach. Design it, okay, make it look good, and then probably you can add your own complex logic. So we'll keep that in a bit, but for now let's quickly design it. Heroes list. Again, I always like to add a fragment because I know somewhere down the line I'll add multiple tags, sibling tags actually. Here it is going to be a very simple kind of a list. I'm just going to make it default numbering. Number one, not number one. Let's say Iron Man. Batman. Okay, I'm just combining Marvel and DC. So nobody could do it. I'm doing it. Iron Man, Hulk. Okay, so yes, now we also have this numbering: 1 Iron Man, 2 Batman. Just don't go with the designing. I know it is very bad, but for now, just please bear with me. Iron Man, Batman, and Hulk. We have like 3 heroes. So that's what we are going to do. Whenever we are going to write any more heroes, add hero, it is just going to like jump into our list, or it is going to create this whole list. The whole designing is absolutely done. Now we start writing the actual piece of logic. Okay, so how are we going to do that? So as I said that we have the hero name, okay, and let's say that I'm creating a list, but where should I add my array, or where should I like add this whole list of heroes? Where do you think it should be? Is it going to be in my add heroes component, or is it going to be my list of heroes component? Pause the video for a minute and think, where exactly do you think that this list should go, and come back to me. Okay, so if you have like given it a good thought, then probably you should have come to an answer that yes, it should go into the hero list. Then you are, my friend, you are absolutely wrong. Because if you're creating a list into this hero list component, how you're going to add this from add component to your hero list component? This is going to be a tricky part. You have to understand where you're going to maintain that state. Till now we have seen how we are passing the data from parent to child, right? So who's the parent? Who's the utmost parent? The biggest, like a grandparent, you can say. Who is it? That is my app.js. Remember this to show you. Okay, my most top parent is my app.js, and under app there are two components and both are like brothers or sisters. So they are like sibling components, you can say, add heroes and hero list. So one of the important rule is you cannot pass the data immediate into your immediate siblings. Okay, so think it as like these siblings are not talking. So how you can talk between them, how you can pass the data between them is you just pass the data to the parent and tell the parent to give the message to the other child or the sibling component. Okay, and the same logic, okay, you're going to do into this component, into this whole component structure, which is very beautiful in together. So we are going to maintain the list into our app component. Okay, and to see how we are going to do that, I think let me pause this video over here. Okay, let this whole idea gets like dissolved into you. Okay, you think over it, and we will do this, the whole logic, the whole coding in our next video. So stay tuned. Please give me a thumbs up. Okay, not me, basically the video, and just share your thoughts, share your comments. I hope you're liking these videos. I hope we are improving. Okay, and it's the law of the nature that we have to improve. So I would request you to please keep liking, keep subscribing, and keep supporting, and let's make more fun videos. Thank you.